We back with full auto knight, which isn't mod A. Don't know why we haven't seen mod A in almost a year, but okay. By the way, who at B-side picks the debuffs? I just want to talk to him. You know, I just want to talk. So with the recent changes to new player experience, I will be including the units added to their pool in my budget clear. As usual, I have two teams for you, one budget and the other one an invested team. So let's go ahead and check them out. Alright, so normally I don't do mods on my budget team. Usually it's a 0%, but with this minus speed, unfortunately, there is just not enough time in order to sit there and get to the boss quick enough with all your units. So we're gonna, for the minimum score, we're definitely gonna have to take some percentage here. Now, I do this on 25%. I do the minus 50% HP, plus 15% boss attack or unit attack, and then minus 30% deployment. You only need 15%, and you can literally kill the boss on 000, and you would get minimum score. So anything over 15 or close to 15, I mean, honestly, 13, you could probably still do it if you can find a way to do 13%. So if you're feeling uncomfortable with some of these, you can sit there and remove them, lower the score a bit. I found that the deployment resource gain was comfortable enough that my units were coming out soon, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But if you're, and I did minus 50 so that my units would be able to cycle, because I have a couple that kind of die, so I kind of want the others to die too, so that's why I went with that. But you can sit there and play around with it, change the mods up a little if you like, and sit there and find what works best for you. Alright, so buckle in, guys, because this is gonna be a long and drawn out fight. So we're basically going for the full 3 minutes here. We are bringing RTA into DC, 3-minute gaming. So we're gonna go ahead and start off. We're gonna get our battery and our tank out here. Now I'm going with Blue Bridge so that we get a little bonus speed at the start to try and counter the speed. Plus we get some cooldown with our S1, which is actually kind of helpful here. Now, before we even get halfway through the map, we basically deploy our entire team with just Soyun lagging behind here, but we finally make it to the boss almost 40 seconds into the fight. Now, the S2 really doesn't do much except, I don't know, maybe keep our units alive a little longer. They do add a little bit more DPS on the edge, which is kind of helpful. But the important part is that Hilde gets her ulti off before this knockback, or a shield in general, and then she basically just solos the boss's shield by herself because, you know, defender versus sniper, kind of broken. Now, I don't know why Rivet is actually fast. I don't know if she's hacking, she's breaking the rules, or what, but she's for some reason faster than the rest of the units, which I didn't remember her base speed being that much better than everybody else. So she kind of gets up to the ads first, while wardens are actually tanking, though. You know, tank wardens, guys. But yeah, she gets up to the ads and actually is able to DPS them and gets to the boss, so before anybody else is able to. Before even Ludmilla, who's a flying unit, which is why we're using her so she doesn't... Oh, hey, cool, Ludmilla died. But anyways, we're using her so that she can actually move up to the boss and to the ads faster and get to the fight. Now, I know you see a whole bunch of people dying, but that's okay, because we're already at the boss. They're all going to spawn in with Blue Bridge's bonus speed, so they're going to be able to get to the fight a little bit sooner here than on any other ship. And since we already got past... Oh no, that's coming up right here. So this is the second knockback. Now, it's okay that we have been knocked back all the way over here. Even though Hilde, it would have been nice if she had the shield during that time. That's okay, because we can't really do anything to the boss since she has immortality. Or, well, not immortality, but invulnerability. So we can't even break the shield anyway, so might as well just fight through everything and we get this short period here, and then we just, you know, Hilde does her job and blows the shield away. Almost. She just needs to get touched one more time and shield's gone. So now that all of that is over, We just have to sit back, pew pew the boss, and just end it. And we actually get to see Soyun's ulti more than once. Which is kind of cool for, you know, for a unit that never really actually gets to ever ulti. Now, like I said, this is pretty much a 3-minute fight. It's going down to the wire, but that's why we take mods for this fight. Which, since we did it at 25%, we get a nice 10k score here. It's more than enough to get minimum score. And of course, you know, Ahilde being the top DPS, you know, rightfully where the Awakens belong. For the team and gear, this is the team I'm running. I'm using Blue Bridge for the ship. I'm using Kim Hana. The side skill kinda helps, sorta. I mean, it boosts Hilde's damage. That's cool. But anyways, so I'm going with CDR on Hilde with her reactor. And I'm just putting this anti-tag set on her. I want her to be able to get her shield so she's not getting knocked back by the boss, so that she's always on the boss and able to sit there and have the best chance at removing that shield before it pops. Lin Jian we want on CDR. Minus speed actually helps because it keeps Lin Jian pretty much out of a lot of danger. Not that she really has a huge chance at dying, but the replica set is going to be really helpful here. She's your DP battery, so we need her using her ulti as much as possible. Rivet is just a mixture of whatever ground damage and sniper damage I can sit there and toss on her. Attack, anti-sniper, all those are going to be good sets to run on her. Any of the Shadow Hall gear with either Defender or Sniper, depending on what you want her killing faster. Shinatsu, I actually have on Spirit because I didn't have a third free-to-play CDR set, but Spirit actually does give 12% skill haste, so woohoo! It'd be better if she had more skill haste, but this I could actually pull off. Might actually be better just to sit there and run her on a any CDR set, to be honest. So Rifleman I have on anti-defender because I want them pew-pewing as much as possible and killing those defenders off that are getting in our way, that are slowing our team down even more with the minus speed debuff. Ludmilla I have on, again, just as much anti-ground, anti-sniper as I can. I ran out of that, so I threw an anti-defender because she is going to have to hit the defenders. Wardens, same thing. Anti-sniper attack will be best, but we're just fitting as much ground damage, anti-sniper damage as we can. They cannot be knocked back, so they're either going to tank the little defender boss into letting your slow units get close, or they're going to be sitting there doing DPS because they cannot get knocked back. Again, they are unable to get knocked back. And then Soyun actually being up, so she does some damage. So we're actually going to gear her this time because she kind of matters. We're going to put her on Defender because she is a Ranger and we want her doing the bonus damage to the Defenders. Much anti-ground as possible. CDR is probably good for her. Those sets will work. Attack, anti-sniper, anti-defender. Any of those sets will also work with her. For the ship Latents, don't really have anything great. I have a counter range damage, which is kind of cool. Ooh, counter evasion. My defender gets more hit, and that's pretty. Oh. The boss does less damage. That's cool. But okay. Alright, since I ran out of attempts to show you the team, I'm going to have to show you it here. Which actually works out because this also lets me show you the mods. So, I'm running Tempest with Kim Hana with attack speed Kim Hana. 811, obviously. Along with all these wonderful units here. So, the mods I'm using is minus 50% HP, plus 50% unit attack, minus 30% resource gain, minus 40% skill haste, minus 10% attack, and minus 10% A speed. You know, a healthy 58, humble 58% here. I ran out of attempts because I tried to boost the attack speed to make Kurian actually useful because he really doesn't do anything in the run. For a guy on a horse, he sure is slow. But honestly, you can replace Kurian with goddamn anything. Like a buffer, like you pretty much replace him with anything in the run to do the same thing. But you could honestly replace him with any type of buffer, Dorothy, Soyun. You could try to keep him in and do what I did and increase the percentage to see if you can get a higher score. But honestly, yeah, no, he was honestly useless in this run here. Okay, thank goodness we're actually going to get to use some real units here. Now, the first 4 units are pretty much the same as the previous team, so you know it's just going to be a long fight here. But luckily, we're going to be clearing this a bit faster than the other team. Now, as you can sit here and see, the 4 units I have next up on the roster here are basically all awakens. Maria may be not awakened, but she is 5 costs and might as well be. So the order is important here, in my opinion. Rosaria into Chris, because that will line up their ultis, and you'll see that work out here in the end a little later on in the video. But just to note, you should probably keep those in the same order. Now, I did try Aegea instead of Maria, but I got better results with Maria because Aegea gets 1 special off and it doesn't really help. She doesn't even get a chance to ulti because she's just too slow to walk back to the boss to even use her ulti. And then Kurian I had here on the previous run with Aegea, he was able to actually ulti the boss and do some damage. But on this one, he's kind of just basically useless because he gets 1 special off, and that's pretty much all he gets to do the entire fight because he's on a horse and he's slow for whatever reason. Not even, it has nothing to do with minus 75%. He's on a horse. He should be faster. But yeah, so after this knockback here, Chris is kind of low and a little scary, but she should be okay. There's not really much hitting her with a Hilde up on the boss here, so you're pretty much okay. Rivet's going to come in and back up the rest of your team here because she's just faster than everybody else. And you could probably replace Kurian, honestly, with anything else. He doesn't actually get to do anything whatsoever. So, but we get this juicy double ulti here, and that just honestly destroys the boss. And as you can see, Rosario taking the top damage with Hilde being number 2 because Defender is OP in this fight. Alright, the gear I'm using on this team. We have Chris on full CDR because, well, we want her using her abilities as much as possible. We like that damage amp. Hilde we also have on full CDR, except, you know, we're going to go with Mage because we want those shields. We don't want to get knocked back. She's amazing on auto on this boss. Kurian was useless, but hey, look, we have some cool gear here. Rosaria here. We have on just full attack speed with range damage latents. I'm not sure if attack or volcano would be better. I just threw this on her because I figured it'd be the best thing to do right now. Chinatsu we just have on full tanky CDR. We don't want her dying. We want her spamming as much as she can. Rivet we have on full damage, attack speed, Brita gear, because why not? I was running out of gear. I honestly should have put that anti-sniper on her. The attack anti-sniper probably would have been a lot better. Linjian we want on CDR as much as possible with as much tank stats. We need her spamming. She is our battery. She's going to get all those beefy cost awakens out onto the field. Maria we have on full CDR with the damage amp hands. are the challenger hands, and then because it is a counter, the boss is a counter itself, we can actually use the Courageous Crowns here to sit there and get anti-counter to do more damage. As for the ship, we are running Tempest. We have counter special damage amp with range damage, so it's, you know, pretty nice. And then our snipers get some bonus damage as well. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope this helps you get the minimum score this season. Remember everyone, less is more sometimes. Also remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're feeling extra special, you can join the Mage Army by clicking the join button. You can catch me on Discord, link will be in the description, and if you want to help support this channel, you can find a link in the description for that as well. As always, I will see you all next time.